Thank you so much for joining Developer for Africa meetup. My name is Oduor Jagero and I am the founder of CMS Africa. I will just talk a little bit about CMS Africa for the opening period, and then I will go to Developers for Africa meetup and the whole project. So CMS Africa is an organization that is headquartered in Nairobi, Kenya. We started this organization about 7 to 8 years ago. That is in 2013. CMS Africa was originally doing just conferences, and it came about because we were doing Joomla Day, and when we were doing Joomla Day, we realized that a lot of people were coming to Joomla Day. Those people that were building websites using other CMSs such as WordPress, Drupal, Magento, and all the rest of them. So I decided that why can't we make a huge event that brings everybody together, and that is how CMS Africa was born. So we have some of the objectives that CMS Africa does, and one of them is promoting the use of open source softwares in Africa. The other one is promoting tech education in Africa, and that we do through CMS Africa Academy. We also promote exchange of ideas, and this we do through CMS Africa Summit. CMS Africa Summit is perhaps one of the biggest projects that we have been doing for the last 7 years. We have done CMS Africa Summit in Kenya twice. We have done it in Kampala, Uganda once. We have done it in Kigali, Rwanda once. We have done it in Nigeria. We have done it in South Africa. All right, so that is about exchange of ideas. CMS Africa promotes the existing softwares, and we have a bias on CMSs, and that brings me to Developers for Africa, which is why we are here today. When we talk about Africa and the development of tech in Africa, the idea of CMSs is something that cannot be brushed aside. And if you look at the people that are developing CMSs in Africa, you will realize that almost 90% of web developers in Africa are using CMSs. And those CMSs are, WordPress, Drupal, Joomla, and others. And there are also other new entrants into the market. We can talk about Squarespace, we can talk about Wix, we can talk about, PrestaShop. Is it PrestaShop? We can talk about WooCommerce. There is BigCommerce. There is, many of them that are cropping up right now. Now, the reason why we are doing Developers for Africa meetup and the project about Developers for Africa meetup is that we have realized that when you look at the tech industry right now, we are going at a very fast pace speed, and there are things that are happening. And so let's be honest with ourselves. These CMSs that we are having right now, and that is Drupal, that is Joomla, that is Typo3, that is Magento, and all of them, most of these CMSs, were developed before the technologies that we are having now. And those technologies that we are having now is social media, which is now driving the tech economy. And when you talk about social media, you're talking about social scheduling. That is something that is very important when you're making a website using any of the CMSs or using any of the tech that is here in the market. And so when you're still on social media, when you're talking about social media, you're talking about Facebook, and Facebook is now very big on instant news, and that is affecting so many publications and blogging. And basically, when you talk about CMSs, we are talking about instant news. Because basically when people blog, they take those articles to Facebook. There is another new technology. When you talk about the big tech, Apple, we have Apple News. Still, when you're talking about blogging, you're talking about email integrations. So these are new technologies that we feel at CMS Africa that needs to be native to these CMSs. And I think one of the conversations that we have been having at CMS Africa and people that are leading these other CMSs like Drupal, Joomla, Typo3, Magento, we always talk about these things. The idea about DFA or Developers for Africa is actually to make websites that are on CMSs to run better. And then that is why CMS Africa, we decided to partner with Google so that we can run this project. So this project is actually looking at making websites that are made using these CMSs to have a higher reach, to have engagement and have loyalty. That means that the website that we are having right now should score highly on what Andre will talk about. And that is basically Web Vitals. So Andre will be talking much, and from people from Google will be talking a lot about largest contentful paint, that is LCP, that measures loading performance. We'll be talking about fast input display, FID, which measures interactivity. We are talking about cumulative layout shift, CLS, which measures visual stability. In conclusion to this welcome address, I want to specifically thank Google for coming on board to help us do this project. And specifically, I want to thank Andre and Vivi, who are our major contacts at Google. Thank you very much, Andre, for making this possible. And thank you very much, Vivi, for always being there to organize logistics. You know, at CMS Africa, I would like to thank the entire team that has worked tirelessly throughout these several months to make this event a success, at least up to this point. And the first person I want to thank is Julie, who has been doing everything about Hopin, the platform that we are having this meetup. I also want to thank Godfrey Yugi for all the ground logistics. He's the one who's been dealing with modems, he's dealing with the people that are coming and whatever they want to pick from our office. I also want to thank David Aswani, who has been the external liaison officer for Joomla, and making sure that some of the speakers that we'll be having today are here. Lastly, I want to thank you so much, everyone, for joining this meetup today. And I want to specifically also thank the speakers for agreeing to speak at this event. So I wish you all well, and I hope that this is the beginning of greater exchange of ideas, and that the people that are taken to develop tools for different CMSs, their contribution to the CMS community will be great. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your time during this meetup.